Okay, do you guys remember this fight, Tanja Evinger versus Chris Cyborg? Because I think that was the fight where I realized that Cyborg is a totally different fighter. Because I was following Cyborg, I follow Cyborg like since she was in Invicta, like so. If you remember when she was in Invicta, she was finishing girls like in the first round. She doesn't feel any girls out. She just goes in there, does her business and is out. Like she's very, very quick, very powerful, and she usually wins TKO, KO. That's how she wins her fights. This fight now, she won via submission, which is interesting because Cyborg is really showing that like she has a lot to offer, and like her little toolbox, like because if you think about like what happened with Amanda Nunes, now Amanda Nunes cyborged Cyborg. Basically, like she literally, Cyborg's face was in the canvas. Like she basically, that's what I like about Amanda. Like she basically like uses their own, I guess, skill and like turns it on them. Like she high kicked Holly Holm. Like she rear naked choked Misha Tate. Like it's like very very entertaining. She went 5 rounds with Valentina, and Valentina's usually like a decision, at least in bantamweight, like she would usually go decision. Now that she's in her like 125 division, but that's another story. Yeah, so Amanda Nunes versus Cyborg. Do you guys want to see this fight? Because I feel like I want to see this fight. You know why? Because like let me know in the comments, like, who do you think is there for Amanda? Like, who is there? Who can beat Amanda? The only people that come to mind is maybe Holly Holm, Valentina Shevchenko, and Cyborg. Those are the only girls, that I think could possibly beat Amanda. Maybe I'm overlooking someone. I don't know. Let me know in the comments. But like there's no one else. Like and like she's gonna run out of opponents. She like might as well rematch her. And I get it. She's probably thinking like, why should I rematch Cyborg? I destroyed her. I cyborged Cyborg. Like why should I rematch her? And she has a point. But I think with Cyborg's record and her whole career and everything that she's done and everything that she's accomplished, I feel like she deserves that. She deserves that. The only reason I think she wouldn't get the fight, not because Amanda doesn't want it. I think Amanda would do it, and Cyborg obviously wants it. But I think Dana White doesn't want anything to do with Cyborg, and that whole thing with the fake film and then putting words in his mouth and that whole nightmare that he went through with her, and he didn't like that. So I don't think he ever wants to deal with Cyborg. So yeah, I don't know if it's gonna happen. If it were to happen, I mean, I would watch it. Wouldn't you watch it? And I would also watch Valentina Shevchenko 3. The trilogy with Amanda. Like, sign me up. I'll pay for that pay-per-view. Like, right away. I will pay. I will watch that for sure. Because the thing about Valentina though is that she's much smaller. She's a much smaller girl. She's like 20 pounds lighter. Because she's really like a true 125er. That's flyweight is her true weight class. And then Amanda is all the way up to like 145, but she walks heavier than that. You know. So yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I don't know if it makes sense for like Dana White. Like, I don't think Dana White will ever do it. I don't think he will ever do it. It sucks because I feel like that would be a nice fight, to watch, just for the fans. Like it would be interesting to watch that fight, because Cyborg could for sure win that fight. You never know, you never know. She only has like I think like 2 losses on her record, So I mean, maybe she knows what she needs to do now after being, in the octagon with Amanda for so little time, like, but yeah, like the thing about it too is that like Amanda got hit by Cyborg and like didn't even like get affected. That's a scary thing too, because usually when Cyborg punches people, they feel it and you can see that they feel it. But Amanda just kept on swinging. So I don't know. I mean, if Amanda beats Cyborg again and beats Valentina 3 times in a row and beats Holly Holm again and beats all these other girls that aren't, on the same level even, I don't know. Like she just has to retire. Like because who else is there for her? She's just gonna go down as like the best. But you know, in my opinion, like if I were her, I would just want to continue. Like let me make this record so hard to beat, like to go down in history like forever, and like no girl can ever beat my record. You know, like I think that would be so much fun. But let me know in the comments what you think about Cyborg versus Amanda Nunes rematch. Thanks.